Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey. Here again, working on the sleeve of my duster, which I haven't touched in well over a week. So, let's hang out, let's do some meshing, let's do some crochet, Glad you're here today. Okay, so today has been a caffeine day. Can you tell? I'm not crazy, but I'm having tea today that has caffeine. Specifically, green tea, which has caffeine. And I love it. It tastes really good today. It's a green tea kind of day. All right, still using this one because sadly, this one is starting to crack and change color. So I have ordered a 4-pack, but right in here, I don't know if my camera's gonna pick it up. Maybe if I wasn't, distracted by camera. Focus. Yeah, it's not going to work, but there's a little line right in here, and I can definitely feel that it's weakening, and I can see it, and the metal is starting to blacken. So this one is probably out. I'm going to find out if there's a way to recycle these things. If there is, that would be really cool. So we're just going to use my plastic one, which is actually working quite well. So this is the most I've ever used them. And yeah, they're comfortable. Easy peasy to use, and I won't complain about that, right? So now I'm on my half double crochet row. I am single crocheting in my brain non-stop this week. There's so many amigurumis. I have 4, because I still have that cheetah sitting around too that needs to be finished. And 5. I keep forgetting about Mr. Crab's nose. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Like, the pattern was epic, right? And spot on. All the details were great on that pattern, and they just for some reason did not include the nose. And that wouldn't be the worst thing if it was just a simple nose, but no, he's got the zigzaggy nose. Like, it kind of looks. He's got zigzag coming out, and it's a little bit longer, so I don't know. I will be experimenting with it soon. I want it done. I want it out of my room. I want it upstairs with my son so he can have it with the rest of the guys. And then I have to work on giving him the last few characters. What can I say? We are collectors around here. We all collect something or other. I limit my collecting to a point where I'm like, okay, I've got enough of this right now. Like, I love comic book toys. So I have 3 of the Spawn series, and they're from the original, I believe they are from the original run, the first time he put out any toys, and I'm a big fan of the artist, Todd McFarlane. He's a fantastic artist, and I've been following his career for a long time. But I have 3 from the original line, and that's it. I don't want any more. They're in their packaging, all that stuff. They're sitting actually on top of this thing, right beside me, so I can see them all the time. And they are so detailed, and they're so gritty, and I love them. I'd love to take them out, but at the same time, I don't want them getting dusty. I don't want any of that. I like them in their packaging because they stay nice and they do not get dusty, and I can still see all the details and the backgrounds of the boxes and how they were intended to be sold, and the whole vision of the characters. So, seems kind of weird for some people. And then I've got like original My Little Ponies from when I was a little girl. And they are my original My Little Ponies and my sister's as well. So I've got all of our ponies from when we were kids. I've got some original Barbie stuff. Not original to me from when I was a little kid. And so, best part is my grandma made this gorgeous red satin Barbie dress, strapless number. We've got velvet on the bottom to a beautiful swatch of black lace. Like, it's a well-made dress. And it took her a long time to do that one because it's so detailed. The bodice is, it's tapered, it's tucked, it's got all the bells and whistles, right? It doesn't fit on modern Barbies. It falls right off. So old school Barbies were much more well endowed and had bigger hips. New Barbies, so far, not really fitting it. I think maybe the more curvy one we have, because with this one that's, it's a doctor. She's fantastic. She's like a pediatrician, and she's curvy. She's got the hip, she's got the larger body, and I absolutely love her. She's got thicker thighs, her arms are a bit thicker, so I'm quite enamored with her. Then we have, I've tried to keep the Barbies to fun jobs that the girls might find interesting. We've got a pasta chef. I love her. Her pants say pasta, and her chef outfit. So cute. She came with a colander. That was the funniest thing. I love her colander. That thing is so rad. We have a science Barbie. She's got the most fashionable outfit on with a lab coat and safety glasses and a microscope. I'm right into that. So I've been trying to get that whole line because I think that is an important one. They've jumped in price. They were decently priced like 2 years ago, and I was just looking on Amazon the other day, and I was like, okay. One of the ones we already have has jumped from $12 to $33, and I was like, holy, that's quite the jump, because I bought it on Amazon, so I was like, okay. Well, good to know. Yeah. Talking about collecting, we ended up talking about Barbies. I'm a girl mom. Can you tell? Unicorns, ponies, Shopkins, all the girly stuff. But don't be fooled. We're also a family that loves like He-Man, Ninja Turtles, and Transformers. Those are all some of my favorite ones. My husband's a big Ninja Turtle fan. He thinks he's a bigger Ninja Turtle fan than me. But my real love, deep down in my heart, is Batman. I am a Batman lover for so long. Ever since I saw, really, since I saw the original Batman series with Adam West, I loved that show. I really enjoyed, like, that era of TV. When I was a young kid, I loved Gilligan's Island, I Dream of Jeannie. Not a big Brady Bunch fan, though. I just didn't find them to be very amusing. But the original Batman, the Bat-Toozy, love it. I hear Adam West's voice, and I smile. I love him so much. They did a fantastic job. It was so campy and fun. So much fun. I am also the same girl that's been trying to get my kids to watch Vincent Price's Castle show, Frankenscare, something like that. It's been showing up on all our free apps. Tubi has it, and Pluto, which is got a lot of good free channels to watch. It got a lot of good kids content on there, like full channels of non-stop preschool shows and stuff like that. Just one type of preschool show. Those are great because you can watch them at any time. We do have Treehouse available in our house too, which is a Canadian channel, and that is all preschool stuff. So you get, like, anything preschool is going to be on there. And they're fabulous. Fabulous. Love them. I've been watching them the whole time I've had kids because they came out about 5-6 years before I had kids. And And I just thought it was the coolest idea. Because, little one wakes up and they're inconsolable, like my daughter was last night. The 3-year-old had a bad dream, and she woke up and she was just angry and yelling at me, and I was trying so hard to quiet her down because it's after midnight and I don't want the neighbors hearing her screaming because they're going to think something is happening. And I stress about that a lot because I don't want people thinking, I'm a terrible mom. But no, she had a bad dream. She was arguing with her sister and she was just really mad. And somehow it became all my fault. So I had to calm her down, rock her back to sleep. She was trying to tell me what was happening, but her words weren't working. When you're 3 and you're upset and you're super tired, and it sometimes works out that way. So I don't take it personally when she tells me she doesn't like me and all that kind of stuff, because we're at that point where when she's frustrated, she'll tell me she doesn't like me, and it's just not me that she's mad at. It's just her way of saying how she's feeling on the inside. From what I've heard from psychologists and stuff, to not take this kind of things personally. And I don't. 3 and 4. Because she says that, and then I hug her, and she just lays right into me because she's safe. So, as long as she feels safe, we're good. Because feeling safe is something that a lot of us missed out on as children, and we need to find ways to be safe. And I think that's why a lot of people in my age group especially are dealing with addiction. I've always wondered that because I'm looking at these younger people, and their generation did not have so many, I don't see the same issues that were around when I was the same age with my peers. Just the mass amount of people that got into trouble, bad trouble that follows you forever. And that's just masking, I think, is what it comes down to. You're masking your emotions behind whatever you're addicted to, whether it be food, shopping, drugs, alcohol, all that stuff. It can just be one giant mask to hide what's missing, what's broken. People will say nothing's broken, but there's definitely something not working, not right, something that's upsetting. Sorry. I've been through therapy a couple times. Well, at least one major time. And it's really made me into a person who really analyzes people's deeper meanings instead of being so quick to assume that, it's all about me, they're out to get me. It's like, no, they're reacting to something. They just happen to be projecting it my direction. So I try to keep that in mind. I'm not going to take things too personally. I'm sure there's going to be times where I do. And that's because I'm a person and I have feelings, and that's just how we all are. And it's tough to remember that, other people have feelings too, without being taught that from an early age. Empathy is very important. Like, how would you like it if someone were to talk to you that way or treat you that way? And I think that's one of the things that I like about Batman in particular. I was talking about Batman originally. He is so damaged. So very, very, very damaged. But functional. Mostly. And it's just fascinating. It's a very fascinating psychological study of multiple personalities, of being damaged, and all sorts of stuff. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, so he had his parents murdered in front of him, and it just kind of shaped him from there. So Batman is one of my absolute favorite characters. And I'm only mentioning it yet because I've started watching a new series of Batman on Prime that they just came out with, and I was going to say I am actually quite taken with it. It is in very much tradition of the cartoon that came out in the early 90s, which was one of my favorites, absolute favorite. I have never missed an episode. I have them all on DVD and whatnot, and they get watched by me quite often. I enjoy the song. I enjoy Mark Hamill as the Joker. I just enjoyed the whole thing. They did such a fantastic job, and it was so gripping. So now they have a new version that they just came out with. I think it's about 8 episodes for the season. I would not recommend for small kids. There was some big changes that are really neat. The Penguin is now a female, which I actually really didn't think I'd like, and I do like it. Oh, where did this tango come from? And she's cold. Voiced by Minnie Driver, and I have watched 2 episodes of it, and so far I've been quite happy with it. And like I said, I don't feel comfortable watching it with my kids, so it is just for me. It's rated 13, and I thought it was going to be about the violence. No. There was an incident in the first one, like halfway through, where I was like, yeah, you know what? I think this might be on the very edge of being too dark for a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old. So we are just not going to watch this with you. And that's quite alright. They don't need to watch it. It was for me anyways. So, that's an exciting one. So I'm going to take my time and watch it little by little, 1 episode at a time. I'm not going to binge watch it because then it's just going to be done too fast. And I don't want to do that. Because then it's done. I could watch it again, but it won't be the same as watching it for the first time, right? Right. Beautiful. Love it. So, anyways, now that I've rambled on about psychology and characters and all sorts of TV stuff, anyways, I got 2 rows done, and I'm going to say thank you for joining me here. All the crackers in the box, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.